So, we're going to talk about Peter Greengrass's new movie, 22nd of July. Now, this is a director who's brought you Captain Phillips, United 93, and The Bourne Identity with Jason Bourne. And, of course, they've been very popular films. So, when I read that the director is making a film, a true story about a country I visited many times, Norway, I need to see what it's like. And it's hard work, I ain't going to lie to you. It's 2.5 hours, just under 2.5 hours. And the reason it's hard work is because basically you're watching something that actually happened a few years ago in Norway. A lunatic who is played very well by, they're all Norwegian actors, so I'm not going to go into the cast. Basically lets off a van with a bomb in it that explodes outside the government building. He then drives and gets onto a ferry where an island of a summer camp where they have not just Norwegian children there, but they have other nationalities. Beautiful island just off outside of Oslo where the first bomb went off. Cons his way onto the island, shoots the two teachers straight away, and then commits what can only be described as horrific crime. 77 people got killed the day he did this crime, and that is basically the first 20 minutes of the film. After that, we follow two people, really. We follow one of the victims, which is a brother who got shot. The other brother escaped because they hanged off the side of the cliff. We follow his journey, trying to get himself better after being shot in the arm. He's lost his eyesight. He's got bullets in the leg. It's all sorts going on. And we follow the actual person who did the crime and his start of his trial. Now, he seems to think that he did it because Norway is going into decline, and he's something to do with the Knights of the Templar, which is an actual cult that goes around Europe and takes out people who are basically weak, governments that are weak. And it follows the two characters until they finally meet in the court case, which is basically the last 20 minutes of the film. So, what did I think of this film? I'm going to be honest with you. I've been to Norway many times. I couldn't even tell you how many times. It's probably over 300 times over the last 28 years on ships. And Norway is what I describe as two things. A good way to save money, because I refuse to pay £20 for a beer, which is what it cost in Oslo, exactly what it would cost in Oslo. My best example would be in 1998. I think I ordered 2 glasses of white wine and a pizza. I think it came to £110. So that gives you an idea of Norway. I actually worked for a Norwegian company as well once, Fred Olsen, so I know a lot about Norway. Norway is basically, if God was to create a country, he would create Norway because it is just stunningly beautiful. The biggest problem they have in Norway actually is trying to keep the young teenagers that live there. Most of them want to move away because of the darkness in the winter. So I'm going away from the subject. So basically I was very interested in this film, but I'm going to be honest with you, I found it very slow. And when you consider this is the man who brought you Captain Phillips and United 93, which is about the plane that crashed in 2000 and the tower blocks, it was hard to watch, to be honest with you. Probably because of the fact that a lot of children got killed. I don't know. I just found it very slow in a lot of parts. I mean, Norwegians aren't the most exciting people in the world, I'm not going to lie to you, but even so, I still found this film very hard, very methodical. It just didn't move. I mean, photography-wise, it's basically what you would expect from Peter Greengrass. It's thin photography, it's done cleverly. I mean, Norway's a fantastic backdrop anyway. But I did find it difficult to watch, and it is worth a watch because at the end you want to know when it comes up with what they're doing now and how they are, the lawyer and the two people. It is interesting. So I'm not going to slaughter the film because the director, as I say, is A-list. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. But definitely Netflix are taking it up to another level. That's one of the reasons I watched this. I really do rate Netflix. I was talking about FX the other day with Trust, and if you didn't see my review of Trust is one of the best things I've seen on telly for a very long time. I would say it's up there with The Night Manager. It's up there with Night Manager. Yeah, well, that was last year. Night Manager, The Bodyguard this year with the BBC, and the Jeremy Thorpe story, which was on, which I reviewed at the beginning of the year. It really is outstanding TV. But as for this film, as I say, 6 out of 10. The First Man has come out, which is a film I'm tipping for the Oscar. There's lots of good things coming out right now, so there's a lot to look forward to. I want to mention a series, actually, which the BBC, if you're listening to me in America, if you get a chance to watch it, it's with an excellent actor, Ben Chaplin, called Press, with David Suchet. Really good TV series about two rival newspapers, basically in London or wherever they're based. But the storyline is excellent. Charlotte Riley, who's from Peaky Blinders, who's also in Trust, which I didn't mention, she's very good in this. And the two characters crash all the time. They're always going at each other, and it's worth watching. It's called Press. And my other thing that I want to mention, which I'm looking forward to the second part tomorrow, is The Last Chance Lawyer. This is about a lawyer who, this is not a film, it's a documentary following this Jewish lawyer. He's hilarious, and he's based in New York, and he's your last chance of getting off. And if you haven't seen it, please do. It's called The Last Chance Lawyer. Hilarious. One of my favourite things on a Sunday night, that's for a fact. Alright, so that's me finished. As for the film, 6 out of 10. There's no need to mention actors. The acting standard is excellent. It's all in English. Hard to watch, but worth a watch. Have a good day. Have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you soon.